Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this short section with me and Mark, live from the farm here at Living with the Spirit, our retreat center in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Today, we are diving into the topic of fear to freedom, stop playing small, and how to navigate your life and career based out of not holding back. So, usually, it's the fear of the unknown that is
Yeah.
kind of holding us back and holding on to the to the comfort of the situation that we are currently in. And sometimes we might be dreaming about a new life, but we might not take full action because of fear. And that's a very, very common thing, and something that we both have had experience with. So what would you say, Mark? What's your initial thoughts on playing small?
Well, it's kind of happening to me at the moment. Especially when it comes to the career aspect, is what I'm thinking of. And I think it's true for a lot of us is that as adults, we start to build up this reputation in a certain career field. And the goal in life is to, move up in the career field of your choice and to get a higher position, or if you're an entrepreneur, to grow your business and become a leading voice and so on. But you're kind of like always pointed in that direction of the career trajectory, safety. I need a good income. I need a good pension. I need a good insurance plan, and all of these things that are driven towards the goal of increasing the career or your business. And after a while, once you kind of make it a little bit and you have some stability in that, you start to feel very comfortable. And so then you kind of just end up playing small inside this little box of your career choice. Even though there's a million other choices out there for us, all of those other choices are a little bit harder because you have to start at zero with those. And this one, I'm already, at 95. And so for me, I've have built up this career in the education sector for 20 years now. And I'm in the last year of getting my PhD in the education sector. And so I've built a very comfortable career trajectory. But as of recently, very, very recently, I've decided to step away from that career trajectory and take the leap of faith into the unknown. And in doing so, it has brought up quite a bit of fears, So I'm working through these fears, like, what if this happens? What if there's no money? What if this, what if it all falls apart? What if no one will ever hire me again? What if? And I mean, it has to be the same kind of thought process that everyone has about this particular topic. But really, it could be stepping into the unknown for any new endeavor. Um, I kind of feel like the same way whenever my children are born. It's like this brand new thing that I'm putting myself into. I've never done it before. Lots of fears popping up about the unknown. So life presents lots of opportunities to experience the fear of the unknown, but it's kind of what we do with that. And I think a lot of us tend to just shove it down. Nope, I'm just going to keep with this trajectory because it's really good, and I don't want to go out here or out here.
Yeah.
So I don't know
But
if you
that's
have
also
any.
going to keep us in the same place. And sometimes we are dreaming. So, what I felt was that there must be something else than whatever I'm being presented with. That is like this life option that I have in front of me. Even though I rebirthed myself once already with my career. I mean, I started my career in uh, as a bartender and
Yeah,
been working in the restaurant industry. And I mean, I had a career in other obscure things, like it's not a good trajectory. And then I reinvented myself and created a new career for myself, like within the corporate world and within marketing and stuff like that.
yeah,
So I already reinvented myself, and that was scary. But then the universe kind of showed me and nudged me into something new, and that was coming here. And I mean, I just left whatever I had, and I left it very abruptly because that's what I was guided to do, and that was my
yeah,
situation. So um, but we have a lot of people wanting to change their life some way, and wanting, they feel this, I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't feel like I'm being, I'm not in my element. This is not what I want to do with my life. And or whatever it is. I mean, now we're taking the career choice as an example, but it's like I had a lot of fear. I mean, I moved to another country and just like,
Yeah.
what the hell am I gonna do? I had no idea. But I very early decided that I'm not gonna let fear dictate this, because I was very sure that there must be something, and I decided to take that leap of faith and trust my capabilities. And I remember very early on, me and Simba, we had a big clash, like a big collision, because he was like, "How can you be so sure to make these kind of big steps? Um, what if it all falls apart?" And I was like, that's not an option. It's
Yeah.
like, that's, if if that happens, I have trust in myself and my own capabilities. I was like, I will get a job. I will,
Yeah.
I can work as a waitress, I can work as a bartender, whatever, I can work in a coffee place. It's like, I if it all falls apart. But I also knew that all the things that I had invested in myself so far, I still have.
Yeah.
No one can take that away from me. And there's always a way. And I just felt very confident in myself that way. Like this, I don't know, make or break. For I mean, I was so sick of my old life that I was like,
Yeah.
I any adventure will do.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people kind of get stuck in that what if, that there may be something unfolding in front of them, like an opportunity to start a new business, to move to a new country, to do something radically different. But then they come to that moment where they're like, well, what if it all fails? What if this? What if that? And so what we find is that there's an inner strength, there's an inner vitality that you can cultivate in yourself that can't be taken away, even if you do fail, even if you move and everything falls apart and you've got to go back to waitressing or whatever. No one can ever take away your internal integrity, your internal strength, and your internal passion. So we try to help people cultivate that inner sense of truth and freedom, so that no matter what decision they make, the unknown or the known, it really doesn't matter what happens after that. And for me, I was really inspired by the Michael Singer book, Surrender Experiment. Remember, we both read that, and like every time that you surrender to the unknown, you get this gift of experiencing something that you never would have dreamed up your own self. And for me, that's been the case every single time. I surrendered, like you did, Sarah, moving away from my homeland to a new country, now twice. Stepping into this new role, working with living with the spirit, surrendering to the moment. And I never would have imagined these trajectories on my own. So it's a beautiful place to be in, to overcome this fear and step into personal freedom, regardless of what might happen at the end of that.
Yeah, the thing is, for me, is that the fear was there, but I didn't allow it to run my life anymore. I made a
Right.
conscious choice that I will never make a decision based out of fear. I will do I will do what I want to do, even though I have fear, and I have chosen to work with the fear. And what you say is that the fear is something that is inside of us that can be removed. It's like it's something that is blocking us.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's hijacking our life. But that can be, you can work with that. You can do the inner work and overcome that fear. It's not like a mystery that is unsolvable. It's very common, and you can do the inner work and move through that.
Yeah.
And that's what I decided to do. And I have been moving through fear this whole time, but not allowing it to dictate my decisions. And that's how living with the spirit, and everything that we do has come about, that is me working through the fear and not allowing it to be in control, and trusting, and not planning too much ahead, just taking it step by step, and doing it from a new place.
Yeah.
Whenever I have fear for the future, I always return to the moment and like, okay, what am I doing this moment? Is there something I can do differently this moment? And then just having this trust and moving forward. But I mean, all the methods and the tools that we have, I mean, is what have supported me through um, anything that has come up.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, I mean, we've been through COVID, we've been through, I mean, setting up a business in another country, and, it's been, I mean, money, I mean, all of it. It's a lot. I mean, it's a real thing to change, but for me personally, I cannot allow the fear to keep me from living my life. And that is
Right.
the personal development process that I believe so truly that we all need to go through to expand as human beings, to get that fulfillment, to get that freedom, to get that purpose that we all know deep inside that we have. That, I mean, I knew that there was something that was available that I couldn't see. It's like I can't see it. I have to go somewhere where someone can show me where this new reality is. And I was shown that it's through the inner work.
Yes.
That's how I found it.
Yeah.
And then I've been working relentlessly on myself, and the rewards are just incredible.
Yeah, and I think we find that the fears don't necessarily disappear, and the fears are certainly real, but it's how we approach those fears now, which is different. And so we have a new sense of freedom, a new sense of purpose, an awareness of ourselves, which is stronger than those fears, which can look at those fears and realize that they're just feelings, emotions, limiting beliefs, patterns, and we can kind of just go right over them and move into whatever it is that is unknown to us.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, the fears do disappear. I have to say that there are
Yeah,
millions of fears that I don't have at all anymore. I mean,
yeah,
basically, I would say that the fears do disappear. It's not it's not that I don't feel fear. I can feel fear, but usually nowadays it's more about old fears that are processing, that I kind of experiencing on the way out, like, oh, that old fear, like, okay, bye bye.
yeah,
uh, but it's this, like a teacher of mine said, be comfortable in the uncomfortable. No, yeah, be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Like this unknown that I have now learned to embrace with, that's how I want to live, because in the unknown, it's the possibilities. That's where anything can happen.
yeah.
In the known, we only, the things that we know can happen.
Right.
And that fear was bigger to live in that place than to live in the unknown. That freaked the hell out of me when I looked at my life and was like, okay, this is it. I was like, oh, no way, this is it. No way. There must be something else. And then I was rather in the unknown than in the known.
Yeah. It's a big step to take, to live from the space of the unknown. And deep spiritual teachers talk about how every moment presents an opportunity to live in the unknown, because we only think we know what's happening around us or what's going on or what we perceive to be true. And it's a little safety bubble that we keep ourselves in.
Yeah.
But if we were to truly let go of those beliefs and let go of the known, then every moment presents an opportunity to step into that, into
Yeah.
like real experiencing life from the fullest point.
Yeah. And all of that can be worked through. It's like, you decide, you don't have to live in the 100% unknown if you don't want to. You decide.
Right.
But I have learned that that's where, like when I stand in the forefront of the unknown, just looking out, so I feel like I'm the captain of a ship, and I don't know. It's like I'm on the ocean. I'm standing there, and it's just the ocean. It's just the horizon, and it's like anything can happen, you know. And I love it. I know that we are heading towards somewhere extremely beautiful, because it's already getting more and more beautiful along the way. So it's like we're sailing through this landscape that is just fantastic, and there's just more to come. But that is a way of living. And when you are anchored in yourself, when you trust yourself, that's when you can become that captain of that ship and don't have the fear of the unknown, because it's only the unknown is a possibility.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen. And that's where, I mean, just look at where how our lives are now compared to, 7 years back before I left. I mean, it's just absolute night and day.
Yeah.
So all of this is possible, all of this is available, and it's through the inner work.
Yeah.
And yeah, I highly recommend it.
So if somebody wanted to step into that feeling, Sarah, and captain their own ship, what would you recommend they do?
If they feel like we are the ones to help you navigate your journey towards your own ship, being the captain, maybe you have your own parrot. No, you can. There's two ways to work with us. You can work with us online. We have three different levels of online work. We bridge the somatic work, the coaching, the individual. We go extremely deep in the transformation on the inner work, and we change the chemistry in the body, so we allow that deep change, and we allow the protection and the blockages to melt away in a safe, grounded way. Um, and those are little bit more long term. So we implement. It's like we do the work and we implement and integrate it in the lifestyle simultaneously when you work from your own home. So this is a perfect way to start to build a new way of living from where you're at. If you can't travel, or if coming to the retreat is not an option. But the retreat it's more of a deep dive. So you come here for 3 weeks, and we do an absolute deep dive into whatever is holding you back. And yeah, it's a beautiful process. So it's two different options: come to the farm and stay with us, get to know us and work directly with us, or work online.
Yeah. And I love that we can hear like chickens in the background, which just like encapsulates that farm feeling. When you say come to the farm, yep, that's what it is. That's what it's really
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. Here we live a very it's a way for you to disconnect from the world and to connect with the self, and to really go into the depths of your inner world and see what's available. And it's like a spring cleaning. It's like you don't need this fear anymore, don't need that blockage anymore.
Yeah.
So you can read all about it on livingwiththespirit.com, and you can always also reach out for a discovery call to see if we're a good fit. So yeah, DM us if you have any questions, and if you want to reach out and have a chat, let me know.
Yes. You
And
can you can captain your own ship.
yes, captain your own ship.
All right.
Lots of love.
Thanks,
Thank you,
y'all.
Mom. Bye.
Bye.